Hello everyone, welcome to Scorcher Toys at Anymoon.com's review of Yamato's 160V2 clear cover parts for the 160V2 Super Parts Accessory. These clear parts were released in July 2009 on the Yamato website for 1,500 yen. That's exclusive of domestic shipping that you'd have to pay to a Japanese-only residence. If you were buying from outside of Japan, you'd have to pay a finder's fee likely, and then of course international shipping. These pieces come packaged in a nondescript white box that houses a tray that slides out. Inside the tray are the pieces themselves. There's absolutely nothing else included in the box. If you've seen my review for the 148 clear parts, then there is nothing new to see here. This is exactly the same thing but smaller for the 160V2 toys. There is nothing in the box except 6 pieces of clear plastic, 2 missile booms, 2 leg covers, and 2 kind of booster covers, I guess we'll call them. To install them, you're going to take your Strike or Super Parts, TV or Do You Remember Love version, doesn't matter. You're going to remove the missile cover. You're going to remove the booster cover. Just apply pressure upward. Now it's a little tricky because there's that booster right here that you don't want to rip off, but there you go. Then you just get your new clear plastic piece. Go around that little nozzle there, new piece here, and there you go. So now your missile boom has the clear parts, and there's a good little contrast for you. On the right, what it normally looks like, on the left, with the clear parts. For the leg armor, we just put our fingers on the outskirts of the armor and push in on the nozzles, which will then free the gray interior piece. Push it a little further there. So here is the detail. Take your clear plastic piece and it just clicks right into place, super easy. And now you are ready to install them on the toy. I've added the clear armor to TV Super Parts on a Cavalier's toy, and this is what it looks like. So obviously the clear parts work, again, TV and Do You Remember Love versions, just fine. If you don't like the look, if you think this is kind of weird, you could remove any piece and replace it obviously with the armored piece you had. You don't have to use all of the clear parts. You can just pick and choose which ones you like on the toy and get your own look to your flavor. Alright, let's continue on and check out gear walk mode. When you get to gear walk mode with the clear parts on, the lack of any sort of clear arm armor becomes readily apparent. It's not the best, but you couldn't really expect much more since the original parts underneath didn't have a removable armor bay there. I've also got the Strike parts on now, and you can see where the Strike cannon kind of overlaps here and conceals much of the goodness. And obviously it's not very symmetrical. So with the Strike parts on, you lose a little bit of the benefit of the clear parts. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Obviously you could just go dual Super Parts, and that's a more attractive look. So here's Batroid mode and a side-by-side comparison of what it looks like to have just removed the armor piece from your Super Parts or to have applied the clear parts to the toy. Now, if you're going out shopping for these, they're fairly hard to come by these days. This is really the question it comes down to for you is, do these clear parts add enough value to warrant the effort and money you're going to have to put into it? So obviously that's subjective. I've got them. I'm happy with them. But they are clearly a little gimmicky thing. They won't work for a number of displays. So in the end of the day, you know now what you're hunting for. Good luck in your endeavors, and visit Anymoon.com for the full review.